So at the 30th anniversary for me for gaming, and I was looking on the Nintendo eShop like 2 days ago, and I came across something that I thought, really, is this serious? I didn't know that this particular game was getting released on the Nintendo eShop, and it's actually the second game I ever played. The first game was Wonder Boy 3: The Dragon's Trap. Check out the link below. I talked a bit about that recently, and here I am talking about possibly the greatest RPG ever made, well, in my eyes anyway, and that is Phantasy Star. Now I couldn't believe that this, coinciding with my 30th anniversary of gaming, was on the Nintendo eShop. And you know, back in all those years ago, I discovered this game. I actually didn't know what Phantasy Star was. After I finished playing Wonder Boy 3: The Dragon's Trap, I was looking for something else in that kind of thunder. So I was looking for something else in that kind of action adventure type game, and this one caught my eye. Adventure role playing. I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what an RPG was until I played this game. This was really expensive. It was a 4 meg cart, so I think I paid like maybe $149 for this game. It was really expensive here in Australia, but it was the second game I ever played, and it just blew me away. I knew nothing about it, honestly. So back in '89, there was no internet. I couldn't do a search to see what this game was. Even with the magazines we used to get, like GamePro, Electronic Gaming Monthly, Computer and Video Games, say the January issue came out, we wouldn't get that issue here in Australia until about April, maybe. So it's like 3 months behind, and I went in blind to this game. I didn't know anything about it, and it just blew me away with the story to begin with. This story is about revenge. I mean, Alice's brother is murdered by the evil King Lassic henchman, and pretty much you're on a quest to seek out revenge. Now, back in those days, you didn't have a female character who is the main protagonist. They were always the damsel in distress, and to have a female main character in this game was pretty amazing. And so that's the whole story of this, is just seeking out revenge. And there's so much going on in this game. I was actually kind of hesitant to get this. Look, Phantasy Star back in the day, it wasn't an easy game. When I was playing this one, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know what an RPG was. There was a whole heap of times I would venture out into the world and just die after 1 or 2 battles. And I then realized that I needed to level up, and you need to do a lot of leveling up in this game. Even buying items is really expensive, so there is a lot of time you have to invest when you start this game and leveling up. So fast forward to 2018 and the release of this on the Nintendo Switch. Was a little bit hesitant of getting into this game again, but okay, I'm thinking my 30th anniversary, okay, let's just do it. So with the Western release of the Sega Master System, there was no FM stereo chip in it. It was all mono, and booting this game up and just hearing that music, I actually thought, did they redo the music? So it was the FM stereo in this game, which makes the whole experience of the music sound so different. And getting into it and going into the main menu and looking at the, you could see the, I think it was the Sega Age menu. There's a Sega Age menu, or you can play it the classic way. So I clicked on the Sega Age menu, and to my surprise, the whole game is different. So you don't have as many random encounters as you did in this game. I mean, you took 2 or 3 steps, there'd be a battle you have to do, take another 2 or 3 steps, another battle. So with the Ages edition, the random battles are less, but to compensate that, you would get more experience points, more coins as well when you do battles, and that is really a massive difference. for gamers of today, because there's no way, I don't think, a modern day gamer would actually put up with the way that you have to go around doing battles. It is tedious, but you know, back in the day it was new to us, and you really had to do it. So with the Ages edition, it is less random, but like I said, you will level up quicker, and I've been leveling up so quick. I haven't been able to put this game down since I downloaded it, and just, you know, going back reminiscing, just, you know, I can, it triggers my memories of when I played it on the Master System, and you know, just little memories like trying to get one of the somebody to join your party, Noah, to join your party. You go down in the dungeons, battle your way through the dungeons, and you want to get her to join you, and she's too busy meditating, so you totally forget about doing that quest, and you don't know what needs to be done. And then you go on this other side quest to meet the governor, and to meet him you need to have a cupcake. So you pretty much got to go through a dungeon, like I think it's like a 6-level dungeon. I battled my way through to get to this cake shop to buy the cake for 1,000 coins, and then you go to meet the governor, and he actually gives you a letter of introduction to Noah, who then you have to go back to her dungeon, back to her cave to go down to her, and then she'll join your crew. So it's stuff like that triggers so many amazing memories of this game. But you know, I thought I would play maybe just a little bit of this game. I'm just not putting this down. I'm just having such a real treat going back to replaying this game. And on a modern TV, I've got this on full screen, and it looks really good. It's not like the other, you know, there's been other versions of this on different collections. This one, they've done a little bit of work on it. So with this game, there's like 16 level dungeons in this game, and you have to, I mean, what I did was I had to sit down with a piece of paper and pretty much map out every single dungeon, every cave I went through, with all the traps, and you know, there'd be traps that you fall down into another level, and I spent so much time while playing that game mapping out every dungeon. But in the Ages edition of this, it's there on screen. You can pull it up on screen, and it will map it out for you and tell you where everything is when you discover it. So that's a really cool addition to it, because like I said, back in 88, 89, there was no internet. I couldn't go online to have a look for a player's guide or maps of dungeons. There was nothing like that. We just had to persevere and do all that sort of stuff ourselves. But I'm just having a real great time replaying this game. Yeah, there's so many other great things in this game. You can actually see now the roster of monsters and a little bit of information about them. You can see all your items and all of the different things that you need in this game to collect and how much they're worth. So that kind of helps you out as well. And also, because it is based on a story in space, it's not like the this was Sega's answer to I think it was Dragon Quest II. So they want to do a role-playing game like that, but they didn't want to base it in like a medieval time. This game is pretty much based in the future in the Olgo system. You can see some references to like Star Wars. Here's a photo of what looks to be a stormtrooper. It does resemble a stormtrooper a lot. And there's other things. There's another character in the game where that looks like a Jawa, so it's got stuff like that. But I'm just having so much fun replaying this game, especially now they've done a few things to it to modernize it by making it a bit easier on the gamers, and it's just a lot of fun to play. And it's just I'm surprised I've actually sitting down and I'm going to play this game all the way through and just love the experience of it. And if you haven't tried out Phantasy Star, now is the perfect time because it is on the Switch. If you want to try and track this down, good luck. These things are going for crazy prices at the moment because it's retro. But give this one a go. Honestly, if you're into RPGs, if you're into retro gaming, look, there's a lot of games out here at the moment that I've got those old 8-bit, 16-bit graphics. And if you're a fan of an RPG, I'm sure you will definitely love this game if you want to invest some time into it. So that's my memories of Phantasy Star. Just to me, it is the greatest RPG ever made of all time, as far as I'm concerned. Honestly, I would have spent about 6 months playing this game, because you know, leveling up and mapping out dungeons and doing all that stuff, and then finally, you know, you kill the King Lassic, and you go back to the governor's mansion. You fall down into this down a trap into a underground passageway, and it just goes like around in a square, and I didn't know what to do. I could not figure out what I needed to do, how to finish the game. It was like I went back and replayed every single dungeon, every single cave, just trying to see, did I miss something, because there was something that needed to be done. And it wasn't until one day I went into a newsagent, I picked up the GamePro Hints and Tips magazine. I just started flicking through it, and I saw what I needed to do to finish this game. It was in that dungeon. You walk around 2 corridors, and you take like 12 steps, and then you turn to the wall, and there's a secret door there. And that was so obscure, and nobody would have, I don't know how people would have found that. It never occurred to me to look at one of the walls and, oh, there's the door which takes you into the final battle. So that's my story of Phantasy Star. To me, the greatest RPG ever made, and it is pretty special that I still have this in the collection after 30 years. So hey guys, thanks very much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you again soon. Maybe I'll continue this series and go back and maybe look back, replay the old games. I don't know, we'll see what happens. So see you guys later. Bye.